YouTube family. On August the 27th, as part of my Every Bit Counts challenge, I made some honey fermented garlic. I wanted to give you an update and share with you how I put this together. It will not actually be totally done until the 27th of September, and this is the 14th of September, so it still has a time to go. I still every day tighten the lid, shake it up, and then loosen the lid and set it in my pantry. And I can tell that there's been some fermentation going on because there's some honey on the plate that I have it sitting on. I thought that I would go ahead and taste one of these and tell you what I think. I will tell you, I am not one that likes to just eat garlic. I like garlic in things, but I don't like to just eat it. But I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna get one of these little bitty ones. Okay, can you see that? I got a little bit of honey surrounding it. Let's see what I think. Mmm. Okay. It's very mild. I think the fermentation and the honey took some of the strong effect of the garlic away. I mean, it still tastes like garlic, don't get me wrong. But I can imagine in a couple more weeks, that's just gonna be very mild and sweet. And I'm just thinking, Mark's gone to church to work with the children's group. And when he gets home, my breath's gonna smell like garlic really bad. So that's gonna be fun. So anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and check it for you so that you could see what I think it tastes like. And I am gonna go ahead and share with you how I put this together. So follow along and let me know if you tried it. So I'm gathering up all my garlics. I took a bunch of garlics that I had dried, and I'm just cutting them off at their neck. And then I am pushing on them to just loosen them all up. And then I am just going through and pulling them all out of the head so that I can get rid of the trash. So these I grew this year, and if you have never grown your own garlic, it's not hard. You just take garlic cloves, you put them in the ground like this, you cover them up, and you let them sit all winter long, and in the spring, you start seeing green come up out of them, and you're growing garlic. You guys, it is so easy, but I cannot tell you how wonderful fresh garlic tastes. If you have never tasted fresh garlic, you are really missing out. And I know I keep saying that about a bunch of different things, but it is so true. They are so amazing. I had no idea how different they were. Now, all of these garlics need to be peeled. I saw something that said I can put them in a jar, shake them, and they peel themselves. We're gonna try that. I'm only gonna try a few at a time. I don't know if that's better or a lot at a time. We'll try and figure it out. It's gonna be loud though, sorry. I don't know how long you're supposed to shake it. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there's a couple. Maybe some of these have started and we need to just finish them up. So let's put them back in and try again. I'm getting my exercise. I don't see any more. I'm gonna add to it and see if having more in here will help. Who knows? If you guys have a better way, of course, there's always the, cut the end off and do it. I'm trying not to crush them because that's usually what I do. I just kind of pat them with a knife so they kind of break a little bit though. But from what I can understand, you're supposed to leave them whole. Oh, you guys, I just read the directions again. That kind of helps when you do that. And it says that they can be peeled and slightly crushed. I'm gonna do that. I will put these peelings in a bag and put them in my freezer and use them the next time I make broth. Some of these are really tiny and I might rethink using them in a minute. I don't know. I thought, well, I have gotten messages like my new friend Mary, who is one of my subscribers, was telling me just today about her making this and how she loves to just eat the garlic. And I thought, if I put the little ones in, then maybe that would be perfect. Just a little bite of garlic here and there. But I don't know if I'm gonna want to peel them all. Man, I forget these are fresh garlic, so I'm hitting them a little hard because they're really not like the store-bought garlic that's hard. Don't want to be too hard, but I need to be hard enough. Okay, I'm going to keep peeling these. You don't need to watch this because it's really boring, trust me. So I'll be back. All right. This is all I got. I thought I had a lot more than this that I was going to use, but I'm going to stick with this. I want to see how I like it because I keep trying to think about whether or not I would really like to just eat a clove of honey. Of course, when I made the herbal honey and tasted the raw ginger that had been sitting in that honey, oh my gosh, it was so good. So, so good. I had a couple of garlics that had these brown spots on them, and I opted not to use them. I wanted to keep things as fresh and clean as possible in the jar. And now I'm just going to cover this with honey. You need to use raw honey so that it has the natural bacteria and wild yeast in it to do the fermentation. Let's get this finished up. Just gonna stir this around to incorporate all the garlic in the honey. All right. Still need a little on top just to make sure everything is covered. I'm gonna see how much more I can get out of this jar. I can't believe I've already used one jar of this honey. I'm sure my husband will be surprised too. Okay, that's good. We're going to lay our lid on top of the jar. I'm gonna just wipe this off, make sure I didn't get honey on it. And we're gonna set it on a plate. So we're just gonna leave the lid laying loosely on the jar and we're gonna place it in a dark place. But every day or so, we're going to tighten the lid and we're going to turn the jar upside down and kind of shake it around and then turn it right side up again. That's going to make sure that the garlic is still fully encapsulated in the honey. So then after we shake it, we're going to take the lid off again and just lay it on top. Within a few days to a week, you'll start seeing bubbles come up in the honey or form on the surface of the honey. And the garlic will ferment for about a month. So you want to leave it for a month, but you can eat it at any point after the fermentation starts. The honey will become much more runny because the juices in the garlic will break down and the fermentation will break it down. After a little while, the garlic, you see how it's floating right now? The garlic will all sink. And at that point, you don't need to shake it anymore. You can just put your lid on and leave it. That means the fermentation has slowed down and it's shelf stable, and you can take from it anytime you like. My friend Mary says she gets a spoon and just takes a garlic clove and some honey every day, and it just is really good for you. I hope you try this. Let me know in the comments if you did anything differently or how you used your garlic once it was done. And give me a thumbs up if you like this type of video. And until next time, blessings on you and yours.